Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Racing League round number 11, Division 1 at Qatar. Yes, we are back. It is great to be back. Hope you've all had a great holiday, break week, enjoyed silly season, but let's get to some racing. And yes, I am back in the comments box, SJ, and I'm joined by the man. He's been down under, don't know where he's been. Andy Owen, welcome back, my friend.
Good evening, SJ. Good evening, everybody else as well. Yes, it's been a busy time moving house and doing work things, but I'm absolutely delighted to be back as we head off to Qatar. Is it round number 11 now?
Yeah, mate, round number 11.
Round number 11. The rounds are coming thick and fast then towards the back end of the season. But yeah, round 11 at Qatar. Is it Lusail or Lusail?
Lusail.
Lusul. Yeah, looking forward to this one. Looking forward to this track, SJ. It's going to be a proper test of track limits, of grip, and of some of these guys stepping up to tackle these quick donnies up in tier division number 1. You looking forward to it as well? Yeah, same. Yeah, I was just looking back over the course of the last 2 weeks with Alpha Gully picking up a good result at Abu Dhabi, but no points for him at Zandvoort. I've not been here since Vegas, where he won the race, but then, of course, he had that penalty, which meant now Gio came through to take the win right at the very end on that final lap, which was that was sensational. So if you've had action as sensational as that over the course of the last couple of races, then, yeah, I'm disappointed to have missed it. You can hear me, right? Okay. Cool. I don't know whether anybody else can hear me or not, but hopefully so. Just have a quick. Hello? Yeah, the problem I've got, guys, is that I'm not in control of the stream and the screen. So we can see that Jono has indeed retired. I can see in chat he says, "Oh no, it seems like I've retired." So I don't know whether that's because he has got some form of penalty or whether he just doesn't fancy it around Lusail and is happy to start at the back. Right, let's have a quick look. I'm going to have a quick browse around to see what is happening whilst qualified banishment. My screen has actually gone black and will not come back. Here we go. Right, let's see if that works beautifully. So Chandler sets the fastest lap so far then with a 1:21.3. It's a little bit tight after that with half a second between himself and JDI Mr. Thunder in P4. Mr. Material, aka Kalki, and Keith Respondek, 8 and 9 at the moment, not out of the pits. We did lose 4 drivers here at the moment. HRT Martin with some intermediate tyres on, just dipping into the pits there. I don't know whether our onboard steward might take a little look at that, although he didn't complete a full lap. He has done a lap, an out lap on those intermediate tyres. Medium tyres for G-Force Nick. He's on an out lap. We're just about to get a couple of cars crossing the line. Yuki Bear in P2 with a 1:21.5. 1:21.5 also for Danger.
Am I there, Andy?
No worries, Josh.
Am I here, Andy?
That is fine. I can hear you on the stream, my friend.
Yes, there we go. We finally got it. Jesus, bloody wars. Oh, sorry, guys. Do apologise. Technical issues, as always. Sorry about that, Andy, Mr. Andy Owen. I do apologise every time. Always having problems.
The ironic thing, sir, is I can't hear you in the Discord group.
How do you mean you can't hear me in the Discord group? We're share screen and we should be good.
Can't hear you in the Discord, mate. I can hear you on stream.
Come back in and... Yeah, it's not working. Hang on, let me jump back in. Now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
We're good. We're away. We're away. Let's get this show on the road. Anyway.
I can mute the stream again now then.
Yes, you can. Sorry. Do apologise, guys. Do apologise. Always having problems. Right, now we're away. Okay. No, we can't hear you, SJ. What is going on? Now they can't hear me in the Discord. Hang on, let me see if we can hear me in the stream.
Yes, we can.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Right, we're good. Don't lie, because then I'm going to have to end it and start again. Right, 10 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 19 on the grid tonight. We have got Chandler's in the Alpine, Yuki Bear in the Mercedes. Remember, guys, the silly season has become us, so we may have some new changes. So it'll be very interesting to see. We've got Danger in the Red Bull, JF7 in the Aston, Ilian in the VZ Cash App. Then we've got Clammy Kid in McLaren's. Both McLaren's tonight, both different drivers. Could be a golden child in the rough, or it could be an absolute catastrophe for McLaren. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. We've got Watanabe, who did jump in very, very late due to tie. Nodding off, probably, having a bit of a snooze in America there. Maraki Don in the McLaren. He's from America and he's live and ready to go. We've got Tomo, who has coming very, very late in the Kickstarters. So, as Dante did not race tonight. We've got Nail Joueur that just got out of bed and has got straight into a racing car. Look, how health and safety you can be on that. I don't think WorkSafe would be happy with that. But, oh well. Mr. Material, I've got no idea who that is, but I reckon that is the man that changes his name more times than he changes his pants. We've then got Keithy in the Kickstarter. We've got Jono, who had a quali ban and will serve a 5-second time penalty in this race as well. XD Lamb in the Williams jumping up from Division 2 as they always seem to do. They are the saviours of Williams, same as Shifty Wizard down there in P19. HRT Martin, how long is it going to last? Is it going to be 10 seconds, one corner, or will we get a full qualifying session or even a full race out of them? We'll have to wait and see. And then we've got Sammy, the new driver of Ferrari, jumping in. Thought I'd throw some jokes in there, Andy.
Yeah, why not? What a good start to a Saturday evening for you. Throwing a few jokes around at the expense of some of our prestigious drivers. We don't mind that, though. HRT Martin, of course, in that V-carb, yet to set a lap on the medium tyre. He's navigated more than a couple of turns so far, SJ. So I think he's doing quite well, although he just nearly invalidated, bless him. On this flying lap. Seeing a couple of really good way up there, and he just the back end sliding around all over the place for HRT Martin. Posts a 1:22.7. I was on board with now Gio and Aiden is raiding on a couple of laps. They looked pretty quick. They've slotted into the top 5. They're both on in-laps at the moment. Plenty of time left to get in and get back out again, I think, SJ. What are we saying about Kalki? Kalki on a lap now.
Yeah, we'll just jump on board now and see what he has got. So he's just about to start. No, he's not. He's just about to finish. Oh, there we go. 1:20.928. Well done, Mr. Kalki. 3.5 tenths off Chandler's time there. So he's obviously got some serious pace there. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's Q1 7 minutes in. And good to see that some of these guys have not left off. Some of these guys have basically left off where they finished, which is always good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Got the two Williams at the moment coming through. Just started Sector 3 flying in formation. Looks like there's a little bit of teamwork at play here. There's XD Lamb and Shifty. Shifty is the one getting the tow at the minute. He's going to get a tow all the way down the home straight. It's not very long until the line, but he will get himself a little bit of a tow. Picks up a 5th place for Shifty. Nice. 1:21.5, just a shade. 16,000 slower than Yuki Bear up in P4. Nice work from the Williams boys, and XD Lamb will now, no doubt, cruise round and then start his lap.
Yeah, I'll have to wait.
Although he's actually struggling for fuel, so 7 minutes left.
Well, there we go. So we've got a few times at the moment. The top three are Mr. Material with a 120.928. China's were there with 121.301. And Nail Giro with a 121.439. Remember, guys, to get amongst the channel points, remember, track selection has been dropped down to 65,000. We are really starting to get the Season 9 calendar under wraps at the moment. While Andy is here, let's give him a bit of a shout out that we've got for next season, what's happening with the track selection. So this is the tracks currently so far. Andy, round 1, Saudi Arabia, picked by Dynasty. Round 2, Monaco, picked by Arcs. Round 4, picked by Singapore. Singapore by Shifty. Round 5, Miami, picked by Edge. Round 8, Zandvoort, picked by Tudor. Round 10, Silverstone, picked by Marzi. Round 16, Spain, picked by Minmay. And the finale, China, picked by Watanabe. So that's what we've got so far. And if you've got 65,000 points and feel free you want to use those points, then get amongst it. Yo, someone give me a sif so I get no ads, please. Questions! Panic, how old is Andy and what does he think he will take pole in Q1? Q1 here or Q1 in real life, Panic? Which one? Just wait for a long pause.
Yeah, and is it Q1 or is it just qualifying in total?
Here, mate. Okay, Andy, over to you. Question for you, mate.
Well, I am 48 years old, or years young. I'll be 49 in June. And in qualification here, I am going to suggest that Niall Gio in the Red Bull is going to take pole position for the Qatari Grand Prix.
There you go. There you go. Look at that, and Panic. Jono has asked for a sub, and Panic has given it to him. And look how nice that man is. Absolutely fantastic. 45 people tuning in. Really good to have the viewers back up there. 4 minutes to go in qualifying at the moment. We have got 1, 2, 3 guys on an outlap. JF7, G-Force Nick, or HRT Martin. Someone give me a name, and we'll jump on board with them for a flying lap of Qatar with 4 minutes to go. So, Andy, pick me a name. We've got 2 guys to go. JF7 or HRT Martin. Who are we jumping on board with for a flyer?
Let's go for JF7.
Okay. Alrighty then, as Ace Ventura says. Okay, right. So we've got the 2 Astons basically giving each other a tow. And this is either going to go terribly right or terribly wrong. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. 4 minutes to go. And great to be back. 1 more corner to go, and we're about to start off with JF7. So here we go, coming around the final corner. He's going to have his teammate right behind him, and he's come out to the main straight. Burnt a little bit too much ERS at the moment, so this could be a problem for JF7 on this lap as he actually gets out the way and lets his teammate through Watanabe. So we'll jump on board with Watanabe. Watanabe has got hardly no DRS. He's got no ERS. He's on 22%, so we won't drop on any of these because these guys are on extreme low ERS. So we'll jump back on someone else. We've got Clammy Kid on an outlap, Tomo, Lamb, or Sammy. So give me another name, please.
Sammy, let's go, Sammy. He's not yet put a time down. Needs a good performance here. We know that one of the drivers going out is going to be Jono, so Ferrari needs somebody in Q2.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Tyres. Thunderbolts tyres. Well, everyone's on the softs apart from HRT Martin on the mediums. There you go, there's your answer. Panic coming in with the subs. 10 plus subs from Panic. That is insane. That's what we love. Love the support from Panic. Captain Wild, 1986, HEV, Viper, Thunderbolts, Laura Borg, FIFA, 2K3115, Cartman, Ghost Ghosty, Rudsack Zach, Lord's Clowns, T779. That is what you call love the support. We are on a hype chain, ladies and gentlemen. Level number 4, feel free to get amongst that hype chain and get amongst it as well. As Mr. Andy Owen has subscribed for 5 months as well. Love the support. Jumping on board with Sammy, and what a night already with 10 subs coming in from Panic. Fantastic. Coming into turn 1 for Sammy. Takes a drop there. Drops it down into gear 4. Still plenty of ERS. Lovely to see there. 81% on the ERS. Dropping down into gear 4. Now going into gear 5. Now keeping it truly close to track limits as you can. Very easy to invalidate here. This is the track for track limits, so we will see these guys really pushing these cars to the max on these track limits, but very clean so far from Sammy. Remember, no purple. We'll get a purple in all corners and all sectors because he has not seen a time. So at the moment it is him and Jono at the bottom, but 1 minute and 56 to go. Will Sammy be going through, or will he be saying hello to us in the comms box for elimination? We'll have to wait and see. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. 42%. Now dropping down to 35% on the ERS. Keeping it very nicely. Coming round now into Sector 3, the last sector. This is where you can make or break your lap. Dropping onto the 50. Does he get onto the curves? Nicely done there. Keeping within track limits. Not too much ERS left though, so has he burnt too much? Drops around about up to the 20% down the main straight with the DRS, coming across the line, and he puts himself up with the P6. A good lap there by the Ferrari of Sammy.
Yeah, real good lap that by Sammy. Really kind of needed to get into Q2. It's still a little bit tight. Only 4 tenths between Sammy and and Illyrian in P15. Watanabe on an outlap. HRT Martin still on those medium tyres. Must be confident that he's going to be able to get himself out of this qualification session, and still needs... Probably going to need about half a second by the time the other guys have done their runs, I would think, SJ?
Yeah, well, Watanabe is on an lap at the moment. HRT Martin's on those medium compound tyres, and I think he could be going out here on those mediums. Not really the best of starts to start on medium compound tyres when you've got every single other car on them soft. Timer as well with a 122.604. He's actually up by 3.5 tenths at the moment, and he is the only one that is near the end of his lap. No, he's not. It's actually HRT Martin, so we're going to stay on board with HRT Martin. Lamb has now gone down into P15, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I am speaking very, very quickly. I do apologise, guys, but this is getting extremely accelerating. Here we go. Watanabe just about to start his flying lap. We've got Martin. He is still on the medium compound tyres. Is this going to be a risk? Is this going to be a risk? You risk it for the biscuit. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it is. Take a breath. No, we cannot take a breath. We've got to keep going. Tomo still on a 122.604. HRT Martin has stuffed his lap and has called it there, and he is out of Q1. Tomo though in 122.604 in P18 at the moment. Is he going to be able to get it through or not? It doesn't look like it. It looks slow around the last couple of corners. Yes, it is, and he's actually not going to make it. So we're going to lose Tomo. We're going to lose HRT Martin. Are we going to lose Watanabe, or is he going to kick Lamb out of Q1? Let's have to wait and see, Andy.
Yeah, really interesting there. Tomo mistimed that final lap. HRT Martin pays the price for going out on the medium tyre. Really had to push it too hard going through those final couple of corners. But Watanabe then coming towards the end of Sector 2. A split of 57.5. 2.5, nearly 3 tenths to the good. Needs each and every single one of those. Almost loses it there, but keeps control through this final few corners. Going to go down the hill towards this final turn, and then it will be the final corner. Can he maintain that 2 or 3 tenth advantage and knock Lamb out of Q1? It will be. Watanabe does make it. He almost pushes Aiden out as well. Aiden down to P15 after showing a really good start. Just under a tenth, 600s between Watanabe and Lamb then. Lamb is out of the session.
Yeah, that is big news there. And Aiden is Raiden just getting through there by a 10th and Lamb being knocked out there. So, yeah, unfortunately, Tomo not doing enough there. And Watanabe doing enough and actually finishing just behind his teammate there with JF7. So, really good job there. McLaren are definitely going to have to pick up the pace. P12 and P10 at the moment, unless that was just a little bit of I don't know, a trial for them. We've also got the two Mercedes in P1 and P7 at the moment, and the Red Bulls, what a fantastic night tonight for them. Niles, you're on P5 and Danger in P2. So he's definitely smoked it tonight. And we are about to jump in with an interview very, very soon. But then, very interesting Q1, and we'll just recap that again. So over to the top three. Mr. Material taking P1 with a 120.928. Danger taking P2 with a 121.211. That is a big surprise probably to most of us on the grid tonight. Chandler's there with P3 with 121.301. And then unfortunately we have lost four drivers tonight. So four drivers, yes. Jono, Tomo, Martin, Lamb, all out of Q1 and Q2 coming up shortly. And I'm just going to type in the rest of the other names because we've lost Jono as well. So there's your four. And I'm going to just copy that and then send that in again. So there we go. Because apparently you need to do it again. So, all right, there we go. So we've got our first interview. Andy, I'll take it over to you. It's got HRT 9 in the comms box. Over to you.
HRT Martin, welcome. Good evening. Hope you're doing very well, but I'm pretty sure you could be doing better. Talk to me about that qualification session then, because Q1 you persisted with that medium compound tyre, and it seems to have cost you. Talk to me.
I just got a new setup and I haven't touched this track in a few weeks, and I completely forgot about what time this started. So I was mainly doing a race prep, never actually. But on the final run in that last couple of seconds, I was about 4/10 up, and I ended up running out of fuel with like 2 corners to go. So it is what it is. I could have made it, but I was just fucking around at that point. No. Sorry for the swearing. I've got to stop doing that. But yeah, at that point, I was doing race prep and I couldn't be bothered with it. I was using a set of softs. So it is what it is. I'm happy to start from last. I prefer to start from last these days, not qualify like P8 or P9 and be stuck in the mid pack. So it's just how I run quali some days.
Andy might have just disappeared. I'll take over there, Martin. Yeah, obviously medium is a strange strategy. We've not seen that as much, especially going into Q1. It's a risk, and unfortunately it didn't pull off. But what's the plan around Qatar now from obviously going from the race?
I don't know, I got pretty good race pace around here. I think my plan is just to stay out of trouble and not get as much and not get any warnings and or pens, because track limits will be a big thing around here, so people are definitely going to rack up a decent amount of pens from that. So yeah, just my thing of just staying out of trouble and doing my own thing.
Okay.
And seeing how far I can go up by the end.
Any teamwork tonight between you and Illyrian, or just basically just keeping it?
I was not. Just doing my own thing.
Doing your own thing. Well, good to see you back, mate. Welcome back, and hopefully we see you at the end of this race, and not obviously in the garage retiring.
No, that's the plan.
Anything from you, Andy? If you're back.
Can you actually hear me again now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can now.
Marvellous. Yeah, for some reason my Discord decided to change my microphone input halfway through an interview. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I thought I'd just jump in and cover your ass.
Yeah, you've done well. You're actually quite good at covering my ass.
Yeah, I know. It's too much, mate. Come on, don't let it be a...
Although I will remind you what happened at the very start of this broadcast.
Yes, okay.
Needless to say, I covered your ass. So we're one each now. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah, I just asked you, Martin. I just asked you about the about your hopes for the race. I think you answered that from SJ. So good luck in the race, my friend.
Cheers, mate.
All right, we'll go over to our next interview and let you know that we've left. Well, we've stayed off where we left off. 51 people tuning in already, and we're not even started the race. Really good to see, guys. Thank you. Loving the support, loving the continuing support as well, and especially made some actually achievements tonight. Achieved the gold Kappa train. So thank you very much for that, Twitch. Really appreciate that. Anyway, we'll jump on board with the man. This is a man that is in the limelight tonight because obviously with the quali ban due to Zandvoort, unfortunately, and the 5-second time pen, and also starting from the back. Jono, mate, this is going to be an extremely difficult race for you tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try my absolute best. Just try to avoid track limit penalties, like Martin said. You know, the track limit penalties will make or break, especially if a late safety car would happen. So, just gotta, keep my head cool, make my way through the field nice and cleanly. At least this way, with the quali ban, I don't have another chance at a quali ban because I can't retire on track this time. So, it's good to know. So, I'm gonna be, just gonna be focusing on a race. I did a lot of race prep, so I'm hoping to get a really good result still. And yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, and if you don't know, the old volunteer of Jono did put his TikTok up on for this weekend. So feel free to jump on Rush Racing League TikTok and you'll see Jono do a hot lap track guide. So if you are Division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 and need some help or just a random driver or just someone getting into sim racing, feel free to use Jono's hot track lap guide, which we really appreciate you doing that for us, mate. Another thing as well, how the adverts? No adverts for you?
No, it's beautiful. I love it.
When you ask, people come calling, which is really, really good to see. One thing tonight, though, I want to talk about no gully. So massive, massive opportunity to capitalise on some points tonight. So no room for error. You know, Sammy is into Q2 tonight. He's sitting in P8 with a 122.286. You're working together. You're in comms together tonight. What's the plan?
Yep. So we are both in comms together. I'm kind of helping him out with the engineering side of things at the moment with qualifying. Just giving him helpful tips, helpful ways to manage ERS throughout the lap to make sure you have the best sort of run through your quali lap. And then we'll just work together throughout the race, see where he qualifies, and then go from there.
Well, mate, I think you're a fantastic driver. It's great to have you back. Great to be back. Round number 11. Go for it, and all the best. And I'll pass you over to Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome in, mate. Unfortunately, starting at the back, like we've discussed, due to unforeseen potential circumstances earlier. But in terms of the race this week and the challenge ahead, who do you see as the main competition for not just this race, but for the title outside of Alpha Gully?
Well, definitely the top 4 at the moment. I think we're all very close. The last time I saw, so it's really like a 4-5 way for the championship, I guess. So it's kind of looking out for all those people, and then just making sure I finish ahead of all of them, I guess.
Yeah, that would be the dream, of course, to take that Division 1 crown. I really enjoy this division. I think it's real tight, real close, and each and every single week we see something pretty special. What's the track that you're looking forward to racing most in the coming weeks, as opposed to Lusail?
To be honest, I haven't really had a look at the calendar. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of just see what the race is, and then I practice. So I'm not really sure, but most of the European tracks I am good at, so yeah, I guess we can go from there. Hopefully some European tracks come in.
Yeah, European tracks. We've got a couple of European tracks coming up. Next week, we've got Austria, Spielberg, and then in May, we've got back-to-back European tracks. It's an Italian double header with Monza and Imola. And we finish, by the way, round 18. It'll be Silverstone.
Oh, I suck at Silverstone though. That's like one of my worst tracks. Oh no, that's
really
not gonna be
wow.
Good. But yeah, it is. It's one of my worst ones.
Well, good luck this week in fighting back, and of course, good luck for the rest of this season, mate. Sure, we'll speak again.
Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, Jono. Well, we can tell you that Jono definitely didn't watch the silly season stream and definitely doesn't pay attention to the calendar, which is really good to see. But it is what it is. And obviously next week is Austria, and it's actually a sprint race, and it's also Austria across the board. Andy, every single person's got Austria. So Division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
and 6 all have Austria next week. Apart from one's a sprint and one's 100%.
Wow. Okay. 100% round Austria. Now that would tickle my taste buds.
Yeah, but that's Div 2, bro. So if you're free for
I
Div
know.
2, then sign up.
Absolutely not free for Div 2. I will not be racing Div 2, thank you very much. I think we've already discussed the division that I would be in.
No, we're meaning comms.
Oh, good.
You're
Yeah.
getting confused, Andy.
Hey. I will double check what my plan looks like next.
Well, there you go. I'll let you check that out. We've got 5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, and we've still got Mr. Material, Wanton AB done, Change, Chandlers, and Shifty Wizard still to set times. Really, unfortunately, Shifty Wizard not going to get a toe from his teammate in the Williams as he is out, and doesn't look like it's going to. Yeah, no, it could happen to Chandlers as both the Alpines are still there and both Red Bulls are still there. And both Astons are still there. So massive opportunity there. Obviously, Kalki just about to start his flying lap. But at the moment, Niall Jura is leading the way with a 1:21.057. Very close. Look at that. Sammy, 1:21.063. So there's hardly anything in it between Niall Jura and Sammy. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Look at that. 0.005, ladies and gentlemen. That is the difference between Sammy and Niall Jura. So really good to see there. We've got an outlap there from G-Force. Mr. Material is on an lap at the moment. 1:10 still needs to set time. So does Danger, still does Shifty as well. 4 minutes to go. Are we going to see anyone knock Niall Jura off the top? Because at the moment, the Alpine's on fantastic form of Aiden's Raiden in P3 and Challenge in P4. Andy.
Yeah, I think Mr. Material, obviously, with that, he got into the 20s, of course, in Q1. I would expect him to certainly be pushing. He's just set a purple Sector 1. What's his Sector 2 going to be like? Yeah, in the 56s. So that may well be the first Sector 2 split we've seen in the 56s. It looks as though if he can keep it together in Sector 3, Mr. Material will jump to the top of these standings. Just a little note on the second Red Bull. I saw Danger out doing a couple of laps, both very, very slow laps before he dipped back into the pits. He was alongside Keith Respondek for quite a while as, yes, Mr. Material, Kalki does indeed jump to the top of those standings with that 20.8. A shade under 5 minutes remaining in the second qualification session now. 5 drivers will be going out. That could be G-Force Nicky, may well Baraki Don, Wanton AB, Danger, and Swifty. Swifty on his outlap. Now, this will be his final outlap of the evening. So big time here for Shifty then in that Williams. He will go around that final corner, and this will be Shifty trying to get himself into Q3. SJ.
Yep, over to you, Andy. I'll let you take it away on Shifty Wizard.
Okay, well, down to turn 1 he goes. Plenty of curb on the outside, hugging the inside as well. This track flows beautifully, certainly through the first sector. We come through turns 3, 4, and 5, up towards the 2 90-degree right-handers. And again, just flicking the inside, utilising curb on both the entry and exit until we go down the hill towards the hairpin. This is where people can or cannot make up a bunch of time. It's then flat out, straight through, up towards another long right-hander, which takes us into the midst of Sector 2. A couple of real quick turns here before another slightly slower fourth gear corner. Plenty again on the exit in terms of curb. You'll note that most drivers that are quick will use as much of the track as they possibly can. And you're seeing that absolutely from Shifty Wizard here. As he goes again through beautifully. Absolutely super stuff from Shifty. He's going to come down to this final corner. I think he's got a chance to get himself a good time. He set a real good time in Q1, I think, in that top 10. And I think he's going to help get himself into the top 10 again. And yes, up to P6, 21.5. 3/10 off G-Force Nick, who's managed to get himself out of the drop zone. And that's pushed Danger and Wanton AB right to the bottom of the pile. McLaren looking in trouble here. What are you saying, SJ?
Yeah, no, really good time there from Shifty Wizard. Great time, 21.556. But yeah, McLaren double out at the moment. We'll have to wait and see as we're just about to probably finish up there. G-Force Nick has retired. He's called it. He's happy with P5. So at the moment, we have Keithy that is on an out lap. Clammy that's just into the pits. Clammy's out. I think if Clammy doesn't go out, that's it. I think he could be out. Yep, he is. Clammy is out of Q2. So one McLaren is out already, which is very unfortunate to see. So Mareki Don is the other McLaren driver. Can he make it through? Otherwise, it's going to be some breaking news as he does lose the back end there coming into Sector 1. We've got Watanabe as well on an outlap in danger. So at the moment, we've only got one driver out of quali, which is Clammy Kid. So we'll have to wait and see. Clammy session kick disconnected. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate there for Clammy. Hopefully we can get him back in. Andy, if you could send Clammy Kid an invite, which would be fantastic.
Hopefully he accepted my invite, sir.
Hopefully
accepted my... yeah, he did.
Watanabe is getting a main toe off his teammate JF7. But is it enough here at Qatar? That's going to be the question, as these are going to be the last guys through. Watanabe is going to be the last one to see if he does do a time. It looks like at the moment Shifty has decided to retire down there in P7. Things could change very, very quickly there. Let's have a look at Watanabe at the moment. So Clammy Kid is out of Q2. What about Watanabe? He's just joined back, which is fantastic. Very unfortunate to lose him, though. But here we go. Watanabe coming around the last couple of corners does do a purple in Sector 2. Now coming into Sector 3. Who is going to go out? There is a lot of traffic on the road, though. I can see further down between, obviously, Keithy and in that little pile, there's a lot of people on traffic as well. So we'll have to wait and see. As Watanabe comes around the final corner, down the main straight, is he going to make it out of Q2? No, he doesn't. He is out, unfortunately. So Watanabe is gone. And looks like Yuki Bear down there in P12 as well. Big names. Mareki Don pushed himself up to the P8. We've got Ilian down there in P14. Is he going to be able to make it out? Because at the moment we've lost Clammy and Watanabe. Who is going to go out? Ilian, he's had an invite. He's joined Panic. Ilian coming down the main straight. Where's he going to go? He goes. No, he's out. He's been trumped. Oh, no. And then JF7 goes out. It's all going on here, ladies and gentlemen. It is all going on.
Shifty.
And Shifty Wizard
has gone out.
And he's out. Well,
yeah, that is an early retirement in the pits. He was confident, but the track evolution there has really helped these guys. Certainly Chandler's and Yuki Bear, who were down with the dead men with less than 2 minutes remaining in the session, are in the top 3 of this Q2 session, SJ. What a turnaround that is.
Yeah, I've just got some breaking news. Both Aston Martins out of Q2. That is massive news, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pin that. So if you have tuned in with us, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, both Aston Martins out of Q2. So very unfortunate to see there. But let's go through our top 3. Chandler's taking pole position there with a 120.733. Mr. Material and Yuki Bear, 128 and a 121. So really good showing from the Mercedes there in P2, P3. One McLaren making it through, the other McLaren unfortunately not. JF7 out, Ilian out, Shifty Wizard out, Watanabe out, and Clammy Kid out. And over to you, Andy.
Yeah, let's start off with Clammy in the McLaren. Welcome into the comms box, sir. Obviously, you had a little bit of a problem there with connection. You're back in the lobby, though, which is great news. It couldn't have come at a worse time, could it? What's the story?
Nah, so I was just on my lap coming towards the end of Sector 2 and following, I think I was behind Keith, and everyone all of a sudden just spawned off the track. I don't know if it was what happened. I thought I was the only one in the lobby for a second. Went across the line, improving by around 7/10. Did a 21.2, which would have put me in Q3, but I guess got an invite and out of quali, but oh well. We'll see what I can do in the race, but yeah.
Yeah, that is massively unfortunate, my friend. What's your thoughts about this track? How do you feel? Is it one of your favourites? Do you feel like you've got something in the tank to climb the climb the classifications?
Well, usually this isn't one of my best tracks, but I feel like I could still have a decent race pace. Usually I don't have a mega qualifying pace, but seem to have a decent race pace. So yeah, hopefully I can climb up the ranks and get some points for McLaren. So we'll see, I guess.
Good stuff, mate. Well, good luck to you.
Yeah, all right. Cheers.
SJ, over to you.
Yeah, I know he's already gone.
Oh.
He don't want to talk to me. No drama. We'll go over to the both of these, and we'll probably interview both of these together because we do have the Aston Martin TP and the Aston Martin driver of JF7 in the comms box, guys. Obviously, we don't normally like to put the breaking news out, but both Aston Martins out in Q2. Was that track temperature at the end that obviously warmed up for these guys to get quicker and quicker, or were you just not quick enough in that Q2 session? And I'll take that over to JF7.
Yeah, I think the track was definitely feeling a lot more better in the later end of Q2, but yeah, I just couldn't stick a good lap in, and yeah, not too much practice as well.
Do you believe that the tow was beneficial, or do you believe that you should have just, tried to get a good time first of all, and then do the tow later on, or like what was that the plan with both of you, or?
Yeah, I think the tow was definitely going to give us a helping hand. I mean, it was just the most optimum we could do for each other, and it was just our best chances, but we didn't have the pace.
It's unfortunate. What's the plan going into the race now? Obviously, you're going to start very, very close to each other. Obviously, work together. What do you see the strategy being here? Do you see it being a mediums then to a hards, or a hards to a mediums? What's the plan?
Probably just stick with the very basic plan of mediums and hards, and keeping our front wings very clean, and just try our best to stay in the points.
Okay, good to hear. What about you, Andy? Have you got any questions for JF7?
Yeah, I was watching the tow at the end. I thought that if you'd given actually Watanabe too much of a tow there, he might have been the one to knock you out of qualification because you were sat in P10 and he was just behind you. But in the end, his time wasn't as quick as yours on that lap. You were actually quicker on the lap than he was, and it's probably cost you a little bit early. That last couple of minutes, there was a little bit more track evolution. What's your race pace like around here, JF7? Is it something that you feel you can work on?
Yeah, I think my race pace can be a bit more consistent. I think it will be more consistent. I had like, I don't know, 5 laps on the mediums before this, but yeah, I think it'll definitely be more consistent. I wouldn't say it'd be fast, but it would be consistent.
Yeah, consistent, I guess, is what you're looking for in terms of race. Certainly around a track where track limits can be one heck of a challenge. Penalties penalties could well decide who wins this race, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's very scary going through these corners and trying to put it on the limit. So yeah.
Yeah, certainly when you're side by side.
That especially.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, good luck for the race, my friend.
Thank you.
Hope you come through unscathed.
Thank you very much.
Okay, right.
Over to USJ.
Yep, okay. All right, we'll move over to the TP of Watanabe. Watanabe, mate, you made it through Q1, which is obviously one of your aims. Unfortunately, not through Q3. It was very unfortunate. It was probably track did warm up right at the end. But did you feel that you'd done enough to get into Q3, or did you feel it was just a little bit too short?
No, to be honest, I knew I wasn't making it to Q3. Yeah, before this, I'd been letting Tai and JDI, they'd been practicing a little bit. Tai had been practicing heaps, and yeah, decided to go lay down in bed and knock off to sleep. So before this, I think I had maybe half a lap of practice before I spun, then joined the lobby, and yeah, Q1 was, I had to use all my tires, just try and get as much track practice as I could. I honestly didn't think I'd get through Q1, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, Q2 just, I only had used tires, so I think that was the most I could do.
Well, you've done your best, which is best you can do, and unfortunately, you have been knocked out. Well, what's the plan? Obviously, you're going to be very, very close together. Is it just trying to score points? And obviously, like you did say, obviously, Tai is a bit unfortunate they're losing him earlier on. Maybe obviously forgot to set that alarm as you do. So, what's the plan here at Qatar? Is this a track that you like? Is this a track that you feel that you can get good points? I think one of the things that we're probably looking at is track limits is going to be the key here. But what do you feel like it's going to be for you?
Yeah, personally, I hate this track. It's not one of my favorites. I'd much rather be racing like Monaco over this track. I hate it. Plan would be just try and keep the front wing unscathed. I don't want to pick up any damage because that'll just ruin the race. Track limits, just try and keep it clean. Me and JDI, we have great chemistry, so we'll work together, try and build up the field a little bit, and just hopefully get some points to try and salvage this race.
All right, well, let's see what happens, and I'll pass you over to Mr. Andy Owen.
Wanton AB, absolutely, I get all that from you. It's a nice track to commentate on. It's not one of the favourites I have in terms of driving, I have to say. And you're absolutely spot on. Keeping it clean, keeping the penalties to an absolute minimum. But most importantly, if there's a track where it's absolutely vital to have a front wing in 100% condition, it is this track. It would totally and utterly ruin the race. What's your hope then in terms of points for you two guys today? Where do you think you can both finish working together as a team?
Well, ideally, if we can both get in the top 10, that'd be awesome. Yeah, like I said, me and Jody, we got great chemistry. We just know what each other's gonna do, so we'll work together, try and just let one of us go ahead, maybe try and hold up a bunch of people, and we'll see what happens. Both of us in the top 10, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, good luck, my friend. I hope you guys get the opportunity to work together in the race, and everybody stays out of trouble.
Right, cheers, thanks, gents.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Owen. Well, we've not got long left. Unfortunately, we will not be talking to the other guys, which is just going to double check who they are. Obviously, Clammy's gone. Ilian, it was unfortunate there for Ilian to not get through. And big surprise there with Shifty Wizard. That looked like a very good lap. But like you said, track warmed up right at the end and wasn't enough. And out of Q2. And that's how quick it can be, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you get it slightly wrong, you can find yourself sat in the pit lane whilst some of your colleagues are out on track. But on this particular occasion, both Williams are obviously out before Q3. We've got a little over 2.5 minutes left of this shootout then for pole position. And Mr. Material, yet again, heading the way with a 120.8. So he seems pretty consistent with his one lap pace here, SJ. Do we think that this is going to translate into good race pace as well?
We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the guys behind him are they're going to be going out again. We've seen Chandler's beat that time early on. I think he got a 20.7. So it's going to be pretty close. He's got 84% of the votes at the moment, 8,000k on that vote. Remember, we're not advertising gambling because it's all about a little bit of fun with the channel points. And Niall there is sitting on 1.5, and no one else thinks that they're capable of putting on pole position. So it's between Kelky and Niall tonight. But no, it's going to be interesting to see. We've got 1 minute and 40 to go. Sammy is the last one to set a time on a lap at the moment. Well, he's actually on an outlap at the moment, and we do have Niall, who is just about to finish up or about to start. We'll have to wait and see. But this is going to become very interesting. I reckon we are going to see some of these times improve. Obviously, there's a big drop off. Yuki Bear 121.8 compared to his teammate with 120.8. So we definitely know he's got more pace in that car. 1 minute to go. So no mistakes can be made here. Otherwise, you are going to be finishing where you make the mistake. But been very impressed so far with the Alpines and the Red Bulls. Doing phenomenal. Obviously, Niall in P4 at the moment. P7 is Danger. And P6 and Aiden and Chandler's in P5. So really good job. And Wog, known as G4 Nick, up there in P2, who's just about to start his last lap of the night. So Sammy still needs to set his time. So yeah, I've been quite impressed with some of these guys and some names that we've not seen at the top before, Andy, for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. G-Force Nick, Meraki, Don, looking really good right now. Obviously, now Gio is trying to change a little bit of that as he comes around the final turn, heading towards the line. Aiden is Raiden is done, by the way. They've just set up so that Aiden is Raiden gives Chandler's a tow. And Niall Gio with a 120.6, the pressure on Mr. Material then. Is he going to have enough time to get to that start-finish line to start his final run? It looks like he is not going to get there. 10 seconds left to get to that line. Is he going to get to the line in time? Has he timed it perfectly? 3, 2, 1. He has not timed it perfectly. Niall Gio now in provisional pole position with a 20.6. G-Force Nick, purple sector 2, 1/10 to the good. Can G-Force Nick ruin the party in the Red Bull garage? Will Chandler's get the tow from Aiden is Raiden? Aiden is Raiden's pulled over, so Chandler's now free to make the turn and make the run towards the line to try and challenge Danger. He's also looking pretty good. Danger's 6/10 to the good.
G-Force
So
Nick.
Danger's 6/10 to the good. Oh, G-Force Nick,
Yeah, just
close.
my attempt very, very quickly. Chandler's goes.
Chandler's!
125.78. Danger now in P7. Oh, this is getting very interesting. Material must have done that completely wrong, and that could push himself even further down as Danger crosses the line, does a 20.6. He goes P2. We've got a Red Bull in P2 and P3. Phenomenal. What can Sammy do now? We've got Keefe down in P8. Sammy, he's invalidated. He stays in P10. We've got Yuki Bear. Can he improve or not? Let's have a look. Coming down the main straight. 5.5 temps up. Looking pretty quick. No, goes P6. And Niall Joe has got one more opportunity. And who goes pole position? Niall Joe goes P3. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't vote for Chandler's, you got that wrong, because Chandler's takes pole position. And the Red Bull in P2 and P3, phenomenal qualifying there from the Red Bull, but fantastic job there from the man that is battling Jono and Gully and Kalki for the championship in Division 1. Fantastic job there, Andy.
Yeah, what a great session that final shootout was. Chandler's absolutely sensational stuff for him. Taking that pole position. He's of course level on points with Kalki, Mr. Material, and I think that's going to provide us with one heck of a battle with now Gio and Danger in between those two.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt, absolutely phenomenal. And that's what you just love. You love those surprises. You love seeing those different drivers, push up to the top. And Danger, unfortunately, with a few incidents, has got minus 25 points. So a massive opportunity for him to get some points on the board for Red Bull. And Niall Girard, we've said so many times, and you said the same thing to me. Will this guy take this full-time seat in Red Bull? Every time he reserves, he's always in the Red Bull. He loves the car. And every time he comes onto the track, he just does fantastic. So, this is going to be a very interesting turn one to see how Red Bull are going to go up against the Alpine. But don't underestimate the Mercs, and don't underestimate the rest of the guys on the grids, and also the McLarens as well, because, that was a good performance there as well from Meraki Don, but basically one of those McLarens still in the top 10 as well, which is always good to see. So, this is going to be a fantastic race. And track limits, as always, I've said in Qatar, is going to be the key here. So, over to you, Andy, for 5 red lights.
Yeah, here we go then. Round number 11 at Rush Racing League. The lights are out and it is showtime on Saturday night, as always. A great start from Chandler's, but he will be pressured into turn 1 by the Red Bull of Danger. Danger just on the inside. Can he make this move round the outside, though, at turn 2? He cannot. Chandler's in the Alpine. Maintains P1. There's contact between the two Red Bulls.
Yeah.
The two Red Bulls come together.
Yeah,
now Gio and I saw bodywork.
Yeah, there is. There's drama already there. It's all gone wrong for Red Bull at the moment, and we don't normally say this much in the comments box, but Red Bull are in the mud at the moment. We've got a yellow in the virtual safety car. HRT Martin's got a 10-second time penalty. So what's happened there at the back? We'll have to wait and see. He's had a collision with Watanabe, but we're going to jump on board. Chandler's great start there, still staying in the P1 with under extreme pressure from Niall Giro. But I'm just trying to work out which car has lost the front left plate or right plate. Just looking on board with Niall.
It's right plate and it's now Gio.
There you go. So Danger has actually hit the back of Niall Giro, and Niall Giro has hit the back of the Alpine. So yeah, that might be noted by the onboard steward, and yes, it has. There you go. It's been noted from the onboard steward. So not the start from Niall. He'll probably want to pit. Maybe get onto those mediums, try and see how we go. He's going to have extremely difficulty, durability and sustainability turning that car on a track which is fast moving but very fast corners, Andy.
Yeah, it really is, and I think as we see Mr. Material diving into the pit lane as well, so perhaps some damage on Kalki's car. We'll wait to see him file into his pit box, and yes, wing broken, so front left for him. The championship takes another twist as Mr. Material then in P19. There are a whole host of cars in the pit. Tomo, HRT Martin probably trying to get rid of his penalty. New front wing for Tomo. New front wing for the Williams of XD Lamb. HRT Martin just getting rid of the 10-second penalty. Will he have a front wing as well? Yes, he will. That's going to put him right at the very back. Drama on lap number 1, SJ. And yeah, that's opened the door really for Chandler's to try and put a gap between himself and the two Red Bulls.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a bit of a change in the pack there. Jono making up 9 places. Keep an eye out on that Ferrari in P10, doing a phenomenal job at the moment. And he'll be rubbing his lips together with Niall obviously having that damage. But how long is it going to be? It's going to be a very interesting race to see. You're going to have to be fully concentrated here for track limits, and a long way to go. A lot of places, difficult places to overtake, but I reckon we are going to see mainly down into the main straight on Sector 1 and also going into turn number 1. That's probably where we're going to see. But Jono doing a fantastic job, up 9 places. And the biggest loser tonight is Mr. Material, Kalki, down 12 spots. You could say, as we've said before, and they've been saying it a lot, Mercedes in the mud. Andy.
Yeah, Mercedes in the mud. 12 down for Mr. Material, 9 down for Yuki Bear as well. Not the best of starts for our German counterparts in that Mercedes garage. But yeah, Jono absolutely taking advantage of mistakes all around him, keeping the car clean, keeping all the parts on it that should be on it, and slowly but surely manoeuvring his way up through the pack as he just loses the back end. That was almost commentator's curse 101 there, as he almost went into the back of Aiden is Raiden. But the front 3 now, little gaps appearing. So Chandler's 1.5 second gap between himself and Danger. Danger managing to pull a second gap on Now Gio. Now Gio with that front wing damage coming under pressure from the pacey G-Force Nick in the Haas. Meraki, Don, Keith Respondex, Sammy, JDMI, Mr. Thunder, Aiden is Raiding, Jono, all in one nice big long DRS train all the way down to P14 now.
Yeah,
with Aurelian, who will be getting closed in by the 2 Mercedes.
Yeah, this is making it extremely difficult. Look at the traffic behind Niall Giro. He's doing a great job holding up them as much as he can, because I think that's all he can do at the moment for Danger. But look, here we go. G-Force Nick going on the right-hand side. We're going to have Mareki Don. He's going to get the slipstream as well. He'll make the move. Look at the cars moving over, overtaking. It's like overtaking on the motorway, but in different colour cars. Love to see it. They're extremely clean, extremely safe. Good to see. Keep it all clean, guys. Long way to go, only on lap 4 out of 29. time, but very well done there. As we can see, Jono going side by side with Aiden as Raiden gets the job done up in a P9. Gonna attack the Aston, stays in behind. I reckon I'm gonna lose my voice in this race tonight. Fantastic. And yes, Mr. Swift, and yes, Mr. Whiffmateeth, extremely satisfying as JF7 goes round the outside of Jono and gets the job done. Back up into P8, Jono down into P9, and Jono going around the inside and gets the job done. We're having some fantastic overtakes in Qatar, and JF7 is still going at it, but now he stays right behind, and Jono up in the P8 and his teammate in P6. Ferrari are on a absolute, well, they're on a, yeah, I'm trying to get the words out. I'm trying to get confused here. But Niall Zhuo has gone from P3 down to P7 in literally a couple of corners. Really, really not helping that wing damage, Andy.
No, the wing damage is going to cost him. I'd have been tempted actually to get in and get that changed right at the very off. Too late now, though. He's going to come under pressure from Jono. It won't be long until Jono gets past. He will have DRS, of course. Now Gio, so that will help him defend down into turn 1, but once you get into that turn 1, that missing left plate may well compromise him on that long right-hander. Doesn't compromise him enough to allow Jono to get up, but he is the sandwich material between two slices of Ferrari bread. Whilst out in front, Meraki, Don and G-Force, Nick, Keith, Respondek and Sammy. Now Gio doing a fantastic job now just to keep in touch with these guys, SJ. I think that's... to go from P3 to P7 at turn 1 as he goes down from P7 to P8 at turn number 6. That is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, turn number 6. Yeah, good move from Jono, and that the ascent for Jono continues.
Yeah, definitely. He's now right behind his teammate. We're going to have some team orders, I reckon, between Sammy and Jono. Definitely around the main straight. They want to get that spot on. But let's go up to the front because Chalmers is going to be licking his lips on this race, and a massive opportunity in the championship as well because he is in P1. Both wings attached, which is really good to see. Danger down there in P2. 1.9. He's gapped him absolutely massively there. Aiden has Raiden's left the session, so if we can get him back, that'd be great. Meraki Don, though, in P3. McLaren in P3 at the moment, and Clammy Kid in P14. That is great news for the McLaren TP of Marzi. He'll be rubbing his hands together, and he'll definitely be rubbing his hands together seeing Yuki Bear and Mr. Material down there in P15 and 16. Which is really unfortunate to see Mercedes down there. So what has happened at the lap 1, we'll have to wait and see what the onboard says. Aiden's Raiden is dropping, unfortunately, due to the connection. But we're going to go back up to the top because Sammy now is trying to make a move on Meraki Dawn. No, doesn't get the job done. Stays very closely behind him. Keefy in that P6 position, doing a phenomenal job in the kick salver. But he's got Jono right behind him, who is really putting on the pressure here. A fantastic drive from Jono so far. Absolutely phenomenal what he's doing in that Ferrari. And yes, we are trying to invite Aiden as Raiden as soon as possible as Andy Owen is onto it. Let's go a bit further down.
Yeah, invite sent.
We're going to stay on board with Jono. Actually, I'm going to jump on board with Jono for a flyer. Here we go. So jump on board with Jono for a onboard because I can. And Keithy at the moment in P6. Jono is, he's in a good position here because Niall can't really push too much. He's got that damage. But Niall doing a phenomenal job. I know he's dropped a few positions. Down there in P8 at the moment. He'll definitely want to move. But the question will be, is what's going to happen with these hard runners as we see Ilian on the hards on 5, Mr. Material on 4, Lamb on 4, and Tomo on 4, and HRT Martin on 4, and Jono making the move done. Look at that little battle going on there between the McLaren and the Ferrari King. Very close there. And Jono up in a P6, and Sammy knows he's very, very close. So we reckon that we will see a move. We'll have to wait and see here, but this is so close. No room for error here at all. There you go. There's the move. There's the teamwork. And Jono now up in a P5. This is a fantastic, and I cannot say or repeat myself once again, this is fantastic for Jono and his championship at the moment with no gully tonight. But not good because he needs to be near where Chandler's is. But now the McLaren's going to hold him up. Let's see what's going to happen here. We'll just keep on board until this final lap, and then I'll jump you back over to Andy. But you can see there that they are harvesting. They are saving that battery in some corners. Don't need to go flat out in some areas there. Mareki Don under extreme pressure from the Ferrari. Jono will want to get this move done. He will not want to mess about. You can see there 87% on the ERS at the moment. Mareki Don doing a good job, actually pulling away now, ready to attack Mr. G-Force Nick, who is sitting in P3 position, a very good position to be in. Still a little bit of a gap though. These guys are all out of DRS. So G-Force Nick is out of DRS of Danger. Danger is out of DRS out of Chandler's, but Jono is definitely not out of DRS of Mareki Don, who is looking to make the move. And is he going to make the move? Here we go. DRS. Burn a little bit of Barry. Gonna go for the move. Here we go. To the left side. Up into P4. And wow, Jono is on fire. I tell you, whatever he had for tea.
Interesting.
I want some of it.
Interesting stuff there, though, SJ. Mareki Don's rear wing closed before it should have done. So Mareki Don kind of moved out of the way, shut his DRS, and allowed Jono through. That's what it looked like to me, anyway. That was bizarre.
Well, I think look at the lap times. Yeah, is Mareki's Don fight with Jono though? You know, that's the thing. Mareki Don will want to stay in. Clammy Kid getting a 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate. They're down there in P10. Good positions for them for the time being. JF7 and Shifty going side by side. Ooh, going around the outside. Shifty Rizza going around the outside of Clammy Kid. Everyone keeping a very clean, fantastic racing we're seeing in Qatar. And I've got to say, and we're only on lap 8 out of 29, and it's actually flown by.
Yeah, it really has. And I think that battle for P8 is a prime example of it. 3 drivers really kind of pushing themselves to the limits, but keeping it nice and clean without going too close to each other from a side-by-side point of view.
Sorry, Andy, we've got a lot going on here. Jono going through the middle of the Haas. We've got the McLaren. We've got the Ferrari. I'm trying to look where to go here. Jono is up in a P3, but he's got Sammy attacking him on the left-hand side, going around the outside. Jono holds from the line. So does Sammy. Sammy could get in past the McLaren. Does he get the job done? No. Mareki Don holds the line there. Good job done there. Sammy has to stay in there. Still going to go side by side. The Ferrari and the McLaren. Mareki Don, who's going to keep the position? Sammy's going to get the position. Yes, he does. Great driving here between Mareki Don and Sammy. Great job there. And how that all started was Danger was so slow coming out of the exit on the last corner going up the main straight. That then pushed G-Force Nick into the back of Danger, which then pushed Jono right behind to get into the slipstream. So you can see there, Jono's now gone into P3, G-Force has gone into P2, and Danger's now dropped down into P7.
Yeah, that's wild. He was P2.
So Red Bull are having an absolute mare. They've gone from winners to, well, Danger's now down in P7 and Niall Jura's down in P15 with Lamb just getting that 3-second time penalty. So not going to plan for Red Bull at the moment. I reckon we could see some pit stops very, very shortly, Andy.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get ourselves up towards lap number 10, 11. Now Gio's had enough of that front wing dipped in, got the hard tyre on, got his front wing replaced, and is now 38.6 seconds off the front of this group. Chandler's, of course, yellow flags in sector 3. What's that?
You can't do that, Danger. You cannot do that. That's 13 seconds. And he's retired. He's called it. Oh.
Wow.
Well, that is not the night of Danger for the Red Bull, as it was going absolutely to plan, and then he leaves. So, frustration for the Red Bull driver, but rules are rules. You cannot cut the pit lane like that. That is just silly, and he's retired. So, yeah. And HRT Martin
this car's also stuck in the pit lane.
Oh, no.
I know it's gone now.
No, it's gone. Okay, absolutely.
It's gone. Yeah.
I reckon his wheel broke with frustration as well. Not having some sort of issue. I think that was AI. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But, yeah, he had the spin and then crossed the pit lane, which is not the way to do. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that is red line, sealed, and delivered. And he will get a pen for that. So, yeah, very unfortunate there for Red Bull because they were doing so well. But that's music to Williams' ears because Williams and Red Bull are having a battle in the overalls at the moment. But this man, driver of the day. I don't even need to talk about driver of the day because this man has got driver of the day. Look at this. He has made 17 spots and he is now 3 seconds behind Chandler's. Jono is on something, I don't know what it is, no comment, no questions asked, whatever he had for tea, drink, or whatever, he's on fire, Andy. Down up there in P2.
Yeah, he's in. For sure, he's on an absolute heater tonight. And the way that he's manoeuvred himself up through this grid to get himself up to 3.5 seconds off the back of Chandler's. If he can just close that gap by a couple seconds more, maybe pit a lap earlier than Chandler's, get the undercut, and then he might be right up there. He can clearly navigate his way through traffic, but also certainly he's got the pace around this track, SJ. He looks like he's going to continue to be on a heater for the night.
Yeah, definitely. And his teammate as well, and Sammy, doing a fantastic job. These two working absolutely fantastic together. Sammy and Jono, P4 and P2, absolutely fantastic. And also Ilian, I was just watching on board with Ilian down there in P7 on the hard compound tyres. So these hards are going to be the better tyres. So we reckon we'll see him gap these pretty quick. Those tyres will be a lot better, and he is definitely pushing. As you can see, he's only 3.5 temps. Let's have a look at the leader. As G-Force Nick coming in. Ilian is only 10 seconds behind the leader. He's going to make up some few positions here. So really, really good job. JF7, 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Very unfortunate there for the Aston Martin driver. Ilian now up in the P5. So fantastic job by him. And he's putting real pressure on Shifty Wizard, who is on those old medium tyres. So, keep an eye out on that gap, though. 3.5 between Jono and Chandler's. Chandler's has had a bit of an easy night, to be honest with you. He kept it into turn one. He battled with the Red Bulls for a bit. He's pulled on away. They got a bit of damage. He's pulled away. He's pulled a 3.5 second gap. And now he's got Jono going to be in his rearview mirror very, very shortly, because he's actually dropped it from 3.5 to 3 seconds already. The Ferraris are flying. And Chandler's could be in a little bit of trouble here, because Jono looks to be on an absolute patrol here to take that P1.
Yeah, he's already closed that 3.5 down to 3. Closing in all the time. I like what Illyrian's done here as well, as you've already mentioned. He's up into P5 as the other cars dive into the pit lane. He's made the hard tyres work pretty well. Probably see him do another 8 laps, I would think, on these. He's going to be on the quicker, softer compound at the end of the race, SJ. Do we think he's got an opportunity on that quicker, softer compound tyre?
Oh, I don't know. You know, the softs are extremely difficult here. It's going to be very interesting as well. You can see that the Mercedes have made a little bit of groundwork. Yuki Bear has not really made any work tonight. He's on fresh hards. So I'm just trying to look if that is a hard strap. We'll have to wait and see. Mr. Material there, Kalki on those 10 laps as well. So Mercedes could have absolutely the worst night that they've had all season. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, soft compound tyres is going to be the interesting one. But Ferrari tonight have been absolutely fantastic. This is a great performance from Sammy and Jono tonight. And also Ilian and Shifty as well. Really, really good job from them. But G-Force Nick, just keep an eye on him. 5 seconds behind Aiden's Raiden. And 28 seconds behind the leader. So how long is that going to be before he starts to pull in that gap? Because he will be leading this race, because everyone of the top 6 need to come in for a pits. So this is going to make this very interesting. How this is going to go. 13 laps out of 29, and if we see a safety, it's going to change the dynamics of this race even more.
Yeah, well, at the minute, it would be Illyrian and G-Force Nick battling it out for the lead of the race. If you think at G-Force Nick, 27.8 seconds, and we're about to see, actually, because Chandler's into the pits, he comes as the 2 Ferrari swap positions. Sammy.
I don't know what they've done. Why have they not pit? Why have they not done the same? They've actually both stayed out. That could be detrimental to this race, because Chandler's is going to come out literally behind his teammate. So that's fantastic work there from the Alpine. And yeah, this is going to have to be a fantastic stint from Sammy and Jono. They're really going to have to push, because they could have really stuffed this up. So, sorry, Andy, I just saw them still out on track, and I thought, that's quite strange. So, who are we going to see pit first, Sammy or Jono?
Yeah. Well, we've got Sammy, Jono, Aiden is ready. Surely Jono, with the pace, pits first, unless they feel that Jono can eke another lap out of those medium tyres, and Sammy needs to get himself into the pits. I would imagine it's just kind of who leads as they go into that final couple of turns. We'll dive into the pit lane first. Aiden is raiding, giving his teammate a tow to help with the undercut a little bit on this lap. Yeah, it looks to me as though Chandler's has been given almost a free pass here.
No. Yep, Sammy's coming in. Jono's gone again. Now that could be detrimental to his race. Keep going, staying out longer on these stints. We'll have to wait and see what happens here at the moment. But Sammy is in. Where is he going to come out? Is that going to hurt him? He needs to get out in front of the Alpines. That's where he needs to be, because that is where Chandler's was. Oh, it could happen. It could happen. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. Let's have a look. Aiden's Raiders let Chandler's go past. Sammy, he could lose out another one here to GeForce Nick. Yes, he is going to lose out. It's not happened. He's actually lost 2 spots to Chandler's. Chandler's now in the P3, and Chandler's is now 21 seconds behind Jono. So I think Jono, I think this is dangerous from Ferrari, what they've done here, Anthony.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. It's Ferrari Strat 101. And Jono will not be leading this race after his pit stop, I wouldn't think. Fresh, brand new, hard tyres on this Alpine. Jono, 14 lap hold, medium tyres. The gap seems to be massively decreasing, I have to say, though. 21.1, 21.0 seconds. Now we go into the 20s, but not for long. So Jono must be doing some kind of battery burners. Only 48% of battery slowdowns. Oh, careful at that line. Here we go then. Into the pits he goes. Chandler's 2 corners to navigate and a pit straight. Will Jono come out turn 1 and be leading this race?
Well, this is going to be very, very close. Chandler's now coming around the final corner, coming up the main straight. Jono now coming down the main straight of the pits. Oh, this is going to be close. He's going to burn everything. He's going to burn a bit. Jono now coming out. Chandler's coming down the side. This is going to be so close. And has he got the job done? Yes, he has. Chandler's out in front of Jono. Jono is going to lose another spot, and he gets out in front of his teammates. So the Ferraris are going to have to work together to push. And this is going to be an interesting race because you've got GeForce Nick on 4 lap hards. So those tyres are warmed up. Chandler's are not warmed up yet. And Ilian out there in front on 15 lap hards, in control of this race. And, we'll have to wait and see if he's going to go to the end or he's going to have to pit. We'll have to wait and see. If he comes into the softs, well, it could be even better. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, this is going to be a race. Aiden's Raiden's on 15 lap mediums. What a stint that he's doing there.
This is genius from Aiden is Raiden. Look at the queue. GeForce Nick, Jono and Sammy all absolutely gagging to get ahead of the pink, blue and black Alpine, but he is not having any of it. We may well see GeForce Nick make a move now, and it's going to be Jono to try and follow through the gap. Oh, just about left enough room for Aiden there, and it will only be one Ferrari that gets past. Jono and GeForce Nick through, and they can now start the chase to Chandler's. But it's going to be a 4.4 second gap for the Haas to try and navigate. Illyrian still leading this race, though.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic drive there from Aiden as Raiden. He's still continuing to go on those 16 laps. I'm just looking at the stops there. Aiden needs to come into the pits, and so does Ilian as well. He's actually going for the battle against GeForce Nick. He's really causing problems here. He's really causing problems, getting in the way of the Ferrari now of Sammy. Oh, this is absolute fantastic driving, but painful as well because he's holding those guys up. That now pushes a 4.3, and GeForce Nick gets a pin. Oh, that will be frustrating. He'll be angry with that. Chandler's now has a 4.2 second gap to Jono. Has he done enough? There's still a lot of time. 17 laps out of 29 at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Ilian needs to come in and obviously change his tyres because he will be DSQ'd. He does need to do another stint. We're seeing a few pens here. GeForce with the pen, with a 3. JF7 with a team. Climbing Keefe with a 6. He's just got another 3, which is unfortunate for him. Keefe with a 3. Lamb with a 3. And HRT Martin with a 6 as well. So the one thing I want to say tonight is this has completely surprised me because we have seen Mercedes, dominate, McLaren dominate, but unfortunately tonight, those names are not in the picture. We have got Ilian Chandlers and Jono, they're the names in the picture, and also Sammy and G-Force Nick. So this is interesting, as we're seeing Mr. Material into the pits, and all the way going to be all the way down to P16. Not going to plan tonight for Mercedes at all.
No, not going to plan for Mercedes, not going to go to plan for Red Bull either. Now Gio currently sat in P9, older tyres than those around him. There will be an extra position gained when Aiden Israden dives into the pit lane to throw his hard tyres on. Assuming he's going to go hard, so he's done 17 laps on the mediums. Who's to say he won't try and do 11, 12 laps on those soft compound tyres if they can potentially last that long? But Mr. Material's thrown on some fresh medium tyres down in P17 now, not even 16 in the end. But nice and refreshing to see some of these names at the certainly in the top 8 with Meraki, Don, Aiden Raiden back, Sammy, G-Force, Nick, and Illyrian. Nice to see some of these names in that top 8, SJ.
Yeah, definitely, as Niall Jure goes, round the outside, he's been spun! Oh, he's gone off to the side, and that's it's brought him round, and that's so unfortunate for Niall Jure there. And he's been spun, so a little bit of drama there. And sorry, Andy, but Niall Jure's been spun down there into P13, so whoever's hit him is going to be going into the onboard stewards there. Mareki Don putting the pressure on JF7, going for the move. No, doesn't need to do anything silly here. Doesn't have a pin, and is in some really good points for the reserve driver for McLaren. McLaren must be happy with this. Unfortunately, with climbing with those pens, that will be a little bit annoying. But so far, Mareki Don doing a great drive. But who caused the incident there with Niall Jure?
Yeah, looks like it was Clammy Kid in an incident, as per the onboard stewards. Currently sat in P10, of course. JDI Mr. Thunder, 5 seconds now off the back of this Ferrari of Sammy. Mr. Material picks up 3 seconds. The night goes from bad to worse for our Mercedes title challenger. But it will be Chandler's out in front of this group. Once Illyrian gets into the pit lane, he'll be clear by 3.4 seconds. You can see now, there we go. Into the pit lane goes Illyrian. Chandler's will lead this race. Something horrific happening down the home straight. Sammy picks up 3 seconds as well. Full safety car. Full safety car. Incident between Aiden Israden and Mr. Material in the midst of Sector 2 as the Alpine and the Mercedes cause an absolute chaos in the final 8 or 9 laps of this race, SJ.
Absolutely.
Chandler's and Jono will be pretty fuming, I think, because they're going to be under pressure from some of the other guys.
Wow.
When this safety car gets restarted again.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely fantastic to see, though. You want to see a little bit of drama at the end there in Aiden's Raiden after having a fantastic night on those old tyres, then gone onto some new tyres. And obviously maybe not warm enough. We'll have to wait and see what an incident there. But one of the Mercedes drivers and person in the championship fight, Kalki, out of this race at Qatar. Not a nice way to come back either. And massive opportunity though for Yuki Bear as well. He is in P9, so good points for him, even though he is a reserve driver for Division 1. Massive opportunity though. But what's going to happen now? Chandler's is not going to like this at all. He's got 9 laps. What do? Do you come in for the softs? Do you pit? What do you do? What's the strategy? 9 laps to go. You're probably going to have 2 laps on safety car. You're going to have 7 laps to go. Why? Why not? Why not give the softs a go? What do you think? What are we going to see?
Yep. He's going to throw some softer compound tyres on. He's either going to be mediums or softs. Be interesting to see what Jono does. Is Jono going to stay out? Jono stays out. Does that mean G-Force Nick comes in? Sammy comes in? Illyrian won't. He'll stay out. Fresh medium tyres on, so he may well overtake some of these drivers. Chandler's is going to come out in at best P2, maybe P3. Yeah, Illyrian goes past. Chandler's is going to come out in P3. Fresh mediums. I think he's given himself a real good chance here against Jono on those relatively new hard tyres.
Yeah, well, I'm going to only go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only going to go for 5 options tonight on who's going to win this race.
Yep.
And I'm going to go 10 minutes. All right, so there you go. Prediction is out, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to win this race? And here are your predictions. So, Jono, Chandler's, Illyrian, Sammy, or other. So get your votes in. You've got 10 minutes to go. We've, as we always love to see, we've got a safety car on lap 20, and we're going to have 7 laps of racing. 56 people tuning in tonight. Love to see. Cameron's, mate, how you going? Welcome to the stream. 21 laps out of 29. Jono taking in P1. Illian taking in P2. Chandler's in P3. G-Force in P4. Sammy in P5. Maraki Dawn in P6. Yuki Bear in P7. Shifty Wiz in P8. Clammy Kid in P9. HRT Martin in P10. He's lasted the whole race. Keep it going, mate. Keep it going. Keithy in P11. JD and my Thunder in P12. Hello, Mr. Lord Mahig. I hope you're going, mate. Enjoying the stream. Niall Jua there in P13. Watanabe in P14. And Lamb in P15. Tomo in P16. And if you have just joined in with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Aiden is Raiden and Mr. Material, aka Kelki, out of this race, causing the safety car will be looked at by the onboard stewards, and we lost danger earlier on after a very frustrating pit and retirement after crossing the pit lane. So we have 7 laps of racing as Jono got it in the bag to win this. But we've just realised something, Andy. He is on the hard compound tyre, and he is the only one, an HRT Martin, on the hard compound tyre, and I'm just seeing an HRT Martin go into the pits on a different tyre. So he is the only one. Has he stuffed this race up, or is he going to win this race? Questions have got to be answered.
Yeah, well, he's backing himself to win on that hard tyre. He's definitely shown sensational pace throughout the course of the first 21 laps here at Qatar. So I think he's backing himself to hold off the guys on that softer compound tyre. He's probably thinking that perhaps it might have been an extra lap with the Red Bull diving into the pit lane to throw the soft compound tyre on. And I think it was Tomo just struggling to get to the back of this group. I think Jono would have preferred to go 1 lap sooner. That would mean a little bit more wear, of course, on those softer compound tyres, the medium yellow rim tyres of the guys trying to chase him down at the very end of this race. We've got an onboard request for Sammy as the safety car ends, so we'll probably have to do that one. I think you're on board with him already, which is great. But yeah, I think this is anybody's race, almost all as far down as the Mercedes of Yuki Bear and the Williams of Shifty Wizard. Don't count those guys out just yet. Meraki Don in front of them, and 2 guys in terms of G-Force Nick and Sammy, both with 3 seconds of penalties. Can they clear those cars quick?
Yeah, that's going to be the question, isn't it? That is going to be the question indeed. It's been a fantastic night of racing. Obviously, only 3 retirements. 1, obviously, retirement in the pits, and 2, a big collision on with Aiden Azraid and Kelki, which will obviously go. Will be the comment. Will be the the comments of the night. Because it's been some fantastic racing. We've seen. We've seen Meraki Don go side by side with Sammy a lot on these corners tonight. Nail Jura having that incident earlier on. He'll be one to watch out for. Jono coming back from where he was. And it's not by luck. It's not by luck. Don't look at it that it's been by luck, because it hasn't. He's done an absolutely fantastic job. He's really fought hard to get there. But we're going to see the safety car coming in. And Andy, mate, take us away with the safety car restart.
Yeah, absolutely. On board with Sammy then as these guys get going. Jono files over towards that right-hand side, trying to break the toe down towards turn number 1. And from Sammy's POV, of course, we can see side by side, Jono gets overtaken by Illyrian. The car we didn't expect, perhaps. Illyrian in the V-Carb takes up the lead of this race. Jono second, Chandler's third, G-Force Nick in the Haas fourth, with Sammy and the onboard. now being under pressure in Meraki Dom, but Jono and Chandler's battling it out. Jono down to third. The hard compound tyre gamble not paying off for the Ferrari man at the minute. Will Sammy in the second of these Ferraris get past G-Force Nick and maybe be able to help his teammate out here towards getting the race win on the hard compound tyre? Will the medium tyre compound last as long as the rest of this race needed to do? If Aiden as Raiden was driving, maybe it would, as he took those things 17 laps earlier on. But here, lap 23 of 29, it's Rush Racing League Division 1 around Qatar. We're coming to the very closing stages of what's been a sensational race, and a sensational finish is in store as Illyrian, Chandlers and Jono, G-Force Nick and Sammy, who we can see on board as we come down to that final turn. And I'll pass over to you, SJ, as we cross this start line for lap number 24. It's looking like a sensational lap. Can Sammy get past G-Force Nick?
No, it doesn't look like he can. He's pushing everything he can. He's got Jono in there. He's trying to help the two Ferraris. Oh, the two Ferraris have come together! You've absolutely seen it. We saw it at the beginning of the Red Bull, and we've seen it with the Ferrari. Do they have damage? That's the question. That is absolutely drama there for the Ferrari TP. We've got two guys going off. We've got Yuki and then McLaren have gone off. They've had to re-enter the track safely. It's all going off on lap 24. Rakidon getting a 3-second time penalty. He goes round the outside. There's drama. Yuki Bear's been out the backside. It's all going off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days. What is going on here? Yuki Bear now all the way down into P14. He's going side by side with Rakidon, banging into him. Oh, wow, what drama. Oh, it's absolute drama. Climby Kid now up into P6. It's all gone off. You gave me the wrong time to jump into the comms box. Oh my God, I'm sweating buckets, ladies and gentlemen. 24 laps out of 29. Ilian in P1. What a race he's having in that Visa Cash App. I'll tell you something right now, TMT. Sign this guy. He is back. And he's done phenomenal tonight, going on those long hards, getting that safety car. But Chandler's has got a massive opportunity to pull in the gap on the championship leaders. And we've got 7 races left of this championship, guys. Remember that. It's a bit shorter than Division 2, 2-6 with 20 races, but they were having 18. But what a night to come back. 62 people tuning in and watching this tonight. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Chandler's in P1, Ilian in P2, Sammy now in P3. It's gone from bad to worse. It's the other driver, number 2 driver of Sammy taking over Jono. Has Jono gone the wrong strategy? That was the question that we asked before we started this safety car restart. Staying on the hards, was that the best thing to do? And now he has got so many cars following him extremely close on those medium compound tyres on 9-lap hards. Tomo getting a 3-second time penalty as well. Absolute drama tonight. We had this situation with the 2 Ferraris and then Meraki and Yuki Bear coming together as well. Absolute drama. Back to you, Andy.
Yeah, lap 25 and 29 then. I passed it over an absolutely wonderful time for me because I went on to have an enormous coughing fit. And I don't think I could have managed to get through as Jono picks up 3 seconds. I was just about to say, even on the hard compound tyre, he didn't have a penalty and had plenty of opportunity to actually get himself a podium, but that has withered into the wind. He will overtake Clammy Kid. But 3 seconds puts him down with the rest of the bind. And now Gio, by the way, 4.7 seconds off the bat. Can now Gio pick himself up an unlikely podium when he's currently driving in 10th position? That'll be some outcome for the Red Bull man. And by the way, for the championship, that would be pretty sensational. But it's Chandler's out in front, 6/10 in front of Illyrian. A little bit of a mistake there from Chandler's, a little bit deep. That's going to allow Illyrian to close up the gap to 5/10. How much battery does he have left? 20% more battery as well for the V-Carb. Looking good for V-Carb, if you ask me. Can he keep it within DRS for that final few laps with Sammy? Not a million miles behind. You picks up 3 seconds as well. As we've got Lamb and Watanabe battling it in the midfield. And it'll be Lamb in the Williams. First time we've mentioned him tonight, really, I think, who will best the Aston Martin of Watanabe, and that will be bested as well by Yuki Bear, who didn't give the Aston Martin an enormous amount of racing room there. We're about to start lap 27, though. SJ, back to you, my friend.
Yeah, lap 27, we're going to have to start doing drive of the day, but these two are really fighting it out. It is 6 laps versus 7 laps. Ilian versus Chandler's. That is the battle at the moment. Sammy's trying to get into it. GeForce Nick taking the move done on Clammy Cleared as well, as Clammy Kid was holding a lot of these drivers up, but doing a phenomenal position, staying in that position, actually doing better. It's actually switched. It's really weird, isn't it? You know, it's actually switched. It's gone from Jono to Sammy, and then from Maraki to Clammy Kid. It switched around in yeah. I've got to stop rambling. Give me your driver of the day.
I think the driver of the day, Illyrian for me.
Okay, all right. So Illyrian and yeah, I don't know who. Yeah, I'm gonna go the same. I'm going to go the same. No, I'm not. Am I? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to go the same. Yeah, that's it.
Are you going to go the same? You've got to choose somebody different.
Oh, okay. Who have I really enjoyed tonight? Oh, I'll give it to the Alpine. I'll give it to Chandler's. Unfortunately, with Jono winning that penalty, sorry, guys.
Yeah, Jono getting the penalty and the mistake. I don't know that it was him running into the back of Sammy, Sammy running into the back of him. Whether the McLaren was involved, I don't know. Or the Haas involved, sorry, I don't know.
I'm going to pin that.
Funny happening in the midfield again, though.
Yeah, we've got the outcome as well, so we'll jump on board with that to see who's going to win this race. We've got 2 laps to go. I'm just going to put this in quickly. DOTD, we've got Ilian, and we've got Chandler's, right? And I'm going to give you guys... Yeah, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. There you go. 5 minutes with the poll. Put your votes in. Put my vote in there, because I can vote, actually. I can vote on the poll. It's amazing. I love it. 95% of you have said Chandler's. 96,000 on Chandler's. If he doesn't win, you're going to look like an idiot if you get that wrong. So hopefully you don't. But let's go. Here we go. I would have said Chandler's or Ilian. Thank you very much. MYNRM4G3. Thank you very much, mate. Hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight, because I bloody have. I'll tell you that right now. Niall Jouer has got a massive opportunity of getting some serious points.
That's my son.
Oh, it's your son. Oh, hello, mate. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the best stream in the world. Sorry, I'm a bit. What's the word I'm after? You keep another pen there. It's just not going to plan tonight for Merck. Not going to plan for a lot of guys tonight. Here we go. Last lap. I'll take it away, as I always do. Ilian, has he got the opportunity? Has he got the guts, the balls to go for the move? Yes, he does. He's gone very wide, but he just doesn't get the move done. I saw the back end completely slip out there. Absolutely love it there from Ilian. Really pushing the car. Chandler's on 33%, Ilian on 14%. This is going to come extremely close to the end here. It's about these two. It's about Chandler's and Ilian, who's going to take the win? Chandler's is 7/10. He's got more ERS than Ilian. Ilian has now pushed it up to 32%. Can Chandler's take the win here? Can Ilian really put the pressure on here? Keep an eye on Niall Shaw, though. He's in a massive, massive traffic jam with DRS to the max here. And, well, look at this. We've got a lot of pens. These positions are going to change very, very quickly. And Chandler's has now pulled it to a 9/10 gap. So Ilian is in a little bit of trouble at the moment. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold on. It looks like Chandler's is going to be able to hold on to this. Absolute fantastic race from the Alpine driver, I've got to say, but a great drive from the RB. And also Sammy tonight has been fantastic with that pen. But Chandler's is coming round the last final corner down the main straight for round number 11 of Qatar. What a win, and what a P2 there from Ilian. And here come the rest behind, as you can see, to the line. Sammy takes P3, Keefe takes P5, Nigel takes P4, Navy takes P5, Keefe takes P6. Look at that complete change of positions. Climbing Kid taking P10 and Mareki Don taking P14. Well, look at that. You would never have thought that would be the finishing order of tonight's race. What a race tonight that we just seen.
Absolutely sensational.
Mini rage? I'm not raging.
Absolute
What you on
sensations.
about? I never rage. Right, we'll give Chandler's the points there. So Chandler's will take out the win. So congratulations. So well done to whoever got 100,000 points. Congratulations on that. But we will jump on board with some interviews. But before that, wow. Well. Let's jump on board for some interviews. Because that was a fantastic night of racing. That is not his name. Just keying in these people's names quickly. Jake Attack, Ilian.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds, SJ. I'm going to go mute for a moment.
No, you're right. You're good. Was about to ask you a question, but I'll wait for that to come back. Right, Sammy getting in P3 there. So yeah, we'll join get these guys to jump in the comms box. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have not tuned in with us tonight, what a night that was at Qatar. Chandler's taking out the P1 there. Ilian taking P2. Fantastic drive from him. And also Sammy as well in P3 did get that pen and did manage to hold on. Niles, you're on P4. Watanabe, Dinky, Jono. Really unfortunate getting that incident with the Ferrari, which will be looked at by the onboard stewards. Shifty Wiz in P8. JF7, Climby Kid, Tomo, Lamb, Chief Force Nick, Mareki Don, Yuki Bear, HRT Martin, and the DNFs were Aiden is rated material danger. And fastest lap goes to HRT Martin, but won't get it because he does finish in P16. Right. Wait for these guys to jump in the comms box. Let's wait and see what we've got here. Congrats on the 12. Congrats on the points. Here we go. Right. We don't have long left of driver of the day. So at the moment, it looks like it's a whitewash. So we're just going to wait for these guys to jump into the comms box. I did tag them, I think. I did. Yes? No? Did I? No, I did. There we go. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't want ENA chicken. I don't know why I said that. Right, so we have got one person in the comms box. We're just waiting for the other two. There's Ilian, and then we're just waiting for one more with Chandler's. So, and hopefully Andy is back with us. Andy, are you back with us, mate? Nope. He's not. He's not back with us. Chandler's does get driver of the day, so congratulations to him. He has just jumped back in, so we will start the interviews very, very shortly. I'm just seeing if Andy is with us. Congrats on TOTD. Chandler's. Ooh. As you can see, guys, I am typing at the same time as well. There we go. Wow. Well. What a night. Damn, that was a shame. Could have won, but badly got front wing damage. Yep, that is a drama. We will be talking to your other driver regarding that situation. But first up, Andy, are you with us, my friend? Are you back? No, he's not. Okay, cool. Good to know. No, he's actually gone. He's actually left. No, he's back. Andy, are you back? No.
Hello.
Yeah, you're back. Very loud. Out my ears.
Yeah,
Sorry. That's all right. First up, before we go and talk to our podium winners, give us a little bit of a summary of tonight's race, my friend.
Yeah, another really good race. I think it was quite refreshing to see some new drivers up and around the top 10 throughout the course of the evening. It made for some great racing. The track delivered what it normally delivers, which is a high proportion of our drivers picking up penalties for their interpretation of track limits, not matching those of the race director. So I think it's given us what we expected, but it also gave us a fantastic race, a late safety car, and a worthy winner.
Definitely. Right, let's go straight into the interviews. Sammy, mate. First of all, we spoke to you earlier on. Great start, great strategy throughout the whole race. Safety car came out. Give us a little bit of an insight what was going on between you and Jono. We've seen so many times teammates come together. It doesn't happen much, but it has happened and it's happened tonight. So give us a bit of an insight on that and also the race.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, that safety car was sort of came. Oh yeah, hoping to not get a safety car at all because the strategy looked good. That me and Jono were working well together. We were sort of both looking at getting high up there. But yeah, that safety car came out, and then Jono didn't have a second set of mediums, so he was sort of had a choice between staying out on those hards or boxing for softs. And he ended up staying out so that I could pit for my fresh mediums that I had. And then yeah, that restart, he was just sort of a bit obviously being on the hards under attack by everyone, and then eventually I was trying to sort of get past him and whoever it was that we were fighting with as well in a way that wasn't sort of hurting either of us. But yeah, I probably just didn't coordinate it well enough, and yeah, I accidentally just sort of hit the rear of him, and then I think he went into the other car and got throwing damage. But I think it was only minor. Like I don't think it affected him too much. I think sort of being on the hards was the main thing that was sort of making him struggle. But yeah, obviously it didn't want to do that. I definitely felt bad when that happened. But obviously I was sort of happy that I got the podium. But yeah, it sucks that Jono wasn't able to be up there because he definitely had the pace to be up probably for the win, or at least challenging.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic night though for yourself. Like we saw, you did an absolute fantastic job. You know, obviously you were working with Jono. We saw you go in obviously first, and then obviously Jono stayed out. Was that the strat? Do you think it might have hurt Jono? He would have probably, if he may have gone in first, he may have got out in front of Chandler's because that was obviously you were fighting tonight, and obviously G-Force Nick as well. Do you think that was the wrong decision for him to continue while you went into the pits?
No, I don't think so. And that was always cool as well from the start. He was planning on boxing lap 15, so we stuck to that plan. And then we were talking as well, and we agreed that if I go lap before, that's the best way to do it. And then he can come out and be out in my DRS, and then I can let him go, and then he can sort of both cut through the pack together.
Well, I've got to say, mate, what a night at Qatar. I have not seen anything like that for a while, and it was a great way to come back to a little bit of drama, a little bit of incidents. You know, we've not seen many over DNFs. We saw a big DNF with obviously with Kalki and Aiden's Raiden. We're going into Austria next week, which is a sprint round. How you feeling around there? You feeling that you can do this again, or even put it on pole, even take the win in Austria?
I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll see. I did a Austria in another league the other day, and I sort of struggled a little bit, but it was a pretty competitive grid. So I think I probably might not have the pace of some of the top guys, but I still think that I handle the tyres well. So if I can just get in a good position and stick with the DRS train, then I can hopefully be in it. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, mate, you did a fantastic job. Great to see you back on track as well, and great to see you back in the league. And I'll pass you over to... No, he's not here. Oh, okay, I'm not going to pass you over to him. I'm going to say good night and have a great weekend and enjoy the Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying.
Yeah, thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Rush Racing League, some insider comments on the incident. Oh, I'm just going to read this because before I go on to our next interview. Some insider comments on the incident, a little bit of a miscommunication with Sammy overtaking me whilst another person was also doing the same thing. Oh, Jono throwing his teammate under the bus. It's not what you want to be doing. But yeah, it is what it is. And unfortunately, the onboards caught it. So yeah, they'll... yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not going to say anything. Right, let's go over to our next driver. Irian, wow, what a night. You were not in topic of conversation of even winning or finishing on the podium, unfortunately, because you were on a completely different strategy. But things change, don't they, in F1? And what a night. And yeah, well, from your point of view, tell us how you thought it went in quali and in the race.
Quali was a bit horrific. I mean, you know how it goes around here. If you don't have like a toe ahead of you, then 9 times out of 10 you're most likely will be getting eliminated, and that's exactly what happened to me. The race, to be honest, for the race, I'm actually quite surprised I was the only one on hards. I just went for it, hoping there was going to be a safety car, and then the lap I actually pitted, the safety car did come out. So in a way, I was a bit annoyed, but to be honest, to get P2 at the end, yeah, I was a bit annoyed because obviously I got tapped by the Ferrari just second to the last lap, which cost me about a couple tenths going into the final straight. So I could have had the chance to pass Chandler, but it didn't happen. But yeah, P2 at the end, I'll take it, man.
I bet you will. I bet there's I know you. I know you like to swear, so we'll keep this PG. But I bet you there's a few swear words under your breath finishing in P2 because how you've been and on and off, and we saw you in season 4 the battle that you had with KLX. Are you back? Is just this a favourite track of yours? Do you feel comfortable? Like what's the go? Because that was a fantastic race for you tonight. That's probably one of the best races I've seen you drive for a long time. No offense, but
I mean, look, to be honest, the thing is, obviously, I've been doing my own thing. I haven't really had time to practice or play the game as much, but I have spoken with TNT, and obviously next week I won't be able to race because I'm going on holiday. But the week after, I'll be back and I'll be full time with Visa.
ooh, love it. Love to see. Do you believe that the Champions League quarterfinal is rubbing off on you?
All right, let's not talk about it just yet. Let's not talk about it just yet. Still a
Let's
long way
talk
to
about
go.
it, mate. What 2 bangers, top right hand corner. Love it, love it. As we say, top bins in London.
Yeah, literally.
I'm giving you a confidence boost, Ilian. Come on, take it, take it. Obviously, unfortunately, you're going to help me next week, but obviously some massive, massive points for VCAB. They've obviously had a very, very difficult season. We've spoke to TMT in the podcast and other interviews, and you feel that they can be on the back they can get back. Obviously, when you come back, because you'll come back to round 13. I'm just going to look at where that is because obviously you're not going to be back for the next one, which is a shame because it's Austria, which is a sprint round, and then you'll be going to be back for Bahrain. So Bahrain, Mexico, Monza, Imola, Baku, and then obviously finishing on Silverstone. Feel a bit of a redemption in Division 1 or just practice for the
I
game?
mean, in a way, 100%, because there's a couple smack talkers in the league. To be honest, I wanted to dedicate this P2 to them, but if I wanted to, I would really wanted to name them, all 3 of them, but I'm not going to say it. But yeah, to be honest,
Yeah, that might
I'm happy to be back,
that might bite you on the
and
ass, mate.
I'm more than ready. I'm more than ready to have this redemption against all 3 of them.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'll take it.
I know who one of them is. Yeah, so no, it's all good. It's nice having a little bit of rivalry, which is unfortunate. But no, honestly, a great drive tonight. And like I said, unfortunately, didn't get driver of the day. That did go to Chandler's, but a great night. Just didn't think you had it in you in the intercatching, or just because you pulled in, you had really low ERS on that last lap. So do you think you burned a bit too much, and you actually nearly lost the car going into the
I mean, like I said, if the Ferrari driver, I think it was Sammy, if he hadn't have tapped me as much because he kept hitting my rear a little bit, I mean, in my honest opinion, 100% I could have got him, but because I got tapped a little bit, I lost like 3-4 tenths, which obviously gave him the gap to literally just stay ahead of me into turn 1. So I don't want to say if there was ifs or buts. At the end of the day, Chandler did what he needed to do, got the victory. I'll just take P2, considering after what position I started and considering the tyres I started on. I can't complain.
Okay, well, honestly, fantastic job, mate. Great podium, and look forward to seeing when you're back.
Thank you, and once again, thank you for the commentary. Appreciate it.
Always doing. Cheers, mate. Thanks for jumping in. All right, I'm going to go over to the Alpine, and mate, you must be rubbing your lips together, mate. You have now pulled in another gap on the championship leaders. What a night for you! Fantastic in quality in all Q1, Q2, Q3. It seemed to be that you were taking turns with Kalki on the fastest lap because he would get it, and then you would overtake him, and then he would get it, and then you would overtake him. And then, obviously, right at the end, you overtook him again because he didn't leave it long enough. Unfortunately, missed the line. So, yeah, give us a bit of an insight tonight in Qatar for you from the qualifying to the race, Chandlers.
Yeah, quali was very important. Me and my teammate Aiden, we had a deal. Basically, first lap that we'd go out together. He'd grab toe from me. Second lap, I would grab toe from him. It worked well. I mean, it's great having a teammate. I love it. We can communicate. So we made that work very well. We got each other into Q3, and then from there it was just a good lap from Aiden to get into P8, get himself into a great position for the race, and then me putting together probably a better lap than I was able to do in practice for this race.
Yeah, well, yeah, give us a bit of a last lap. A little bit nervous.
Last lap, I wasn't too nervous actually. I felt under control. I saw Sammy tap Ilryan before the last sector, so I was like, that gives me a bit of breathing room. I had 70% odd ERS, so I was prepared to deploy what I needed to. But yeah, I just managed the guys behind, and at the start I really needed to get past and get away from Jono at the restart. So I think it was nerve-wracking. I was just trying to keep the tires under control, not make any mistakes, keep it on track, not get any warnings. So a lot was going on that last lap, but yeah, ended up pretty well.
Well, make your head even bigger than it already is. You're 14 points behind Gully. Are we looking? Are you looking at the long road ahead? You feel that you can take this championship? You feel you've got a massive opportunity because the last three races we've had some fantastic performances. Unfortunately, you've just missed out due to that pen. That you got. I think last week, I think it might have been, or the week before that, which made you lose the podium, which was unfortunate. So if you don't keep making those mistakes, you feel that you've got a massive opportunity of catching Gully.
Yeah. I mean, going into this weekend, obviously I couldn't catch up and pass Gully. He was too far ahead at the moment. But I would just the goal was to do better than all my rivals, which were Jono, Nail, and Kalki, and getting first and also polling it ticked all the boxes.
Yeah,
But
well, I think.
going into the next
Sorry,
races as well.
carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. Going into the next couple of races, I'm definitely going to be just trying to keep it on track, no damage, no warnings, just trying to keep myself out of the tickets, and I'm gonna definitely try to make a gap in first place in the drivers' championship. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the battle that you've got with obviously the few drivers that are there. You've got obviously Gully, Kalki, who unfortunately DNF tonight, his first DNF of the season, and Jono, who unfortunately did not capitalise on probably the wrong strategy going on those hard. So you've got a massive opportunity, a massive fight on your hands. And I think obviously tonight your teammate played a massive, massive hand in your performance because on very, very old tyres, holding, and we could see he held up people for quite some time. Were you in communication with your teammate Aiden Azraden?
Yeah. The conversation was pretty simple. I was saying that my Jono was gonna pit after me because he had more pace, so he wanted to just go on another lap, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
So on my out lap, I deployed more ERS than what I probably would have normally wanted to, but I got past my teammate going down that first straightaway, and then his decision was to help me because his race was already over in his eyes because he already had some contact and disconnected from the session, so he wanted to help me out as much as possible, which in the end was very helpful, but the safety car sort of negated what he had managed to do, fortunately.
Well, absolutely fantastic night. And we're going to go over to Austria next week. It's a sprint round for you guys. How are you feeling for that?
Yeah, I did a sprint Austria race about 4 days ago, 5 days ago, I can't remember. But I was going the wrong way with my setup, and I just had no pace. But I'm confident that I'll be able to get it right by next week. Yeah. It's a good track for me. I like it. And it's just very fast flowy. You want to be able to get all those last corners right.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best in Austria next week, mate. A massive, massive win tonight. Congratulations. And definitely pulling in that gap, which is really, really good to see. And tonight was probably a surprise for a lot of people that tuned in, didn't see the big guns out there tonight. A few mistakes and obviously a few on boards as well to look at as well. So, no, don't take that away from you, though.